Grandma accidentally received 1,000-year-old ginseng. She never expected that the moment it was set down, the ginseng suddenly grew legs and ran off. By the time the CEO turned his head, the ginseng was already charging out the door at 200 miles an hour. It turned out this ginseng had cultivated for 1,000 years and had just formed a golden core to take human shape. She barely had time to celebrate when she tripped over a rock and fell. The golden core in her hand was swallowed by a little boy. The boy, who had been on the brink of death, instantly recovered as if nothing had happened. To show his gratitude, he gave the girl a jade pendant passed down in his family, and told her that if she ever came to find him with the pendant, he would grant any request she had, even marriage if she wanted. 18 years flew by. Because the boy had swallowed her golden core, the ginseng girl, who had turned human, could never fully control her powers. She constantly thought about how to retrieve her core, until the mountain god told her the only way was to form a bond with the man. Only then could the core return to her. The ginseng girl remembered the boy's promise, so she took the jade pendant and went down the mountain to find him. Meanwhile, the boy she once saved had grown into a powerful CEO in the business world, but after being set up by others, he was poisoned with something deadly. To find a cure, he went deep into the mountains in search of 1,000-year-old ginseng. By chance, the ginseng girl saw him from a tree. When she sensed her golden core inside him, she was so emotional that she fell from the tree, turning back into a ginseng on the spot, and landed right in his hands. The assistant placed the ginseng in a box, but the CEO vaguely heard a voice crying for help. The assistant insisted there was no sound. Back home, the CEO ordered the assistant to chop the ginseng up for soup to boost its effects, but when the assistant raised the knife, the blade was flung away by some force. The CEO was baffled, thinking the assistant was trying something shady, but the assistant swore he was cutting the ginseng, yet for some reason the knife bounced off. The CEO decided to try for himself, but his blade also bounced off just the same. Even the housekeeper was stunned. Still, the CEO refused to believe it, and picked up another knife to try again. 18 slashes in a row. Yet the ginseng remained perfectly intact. Frustrated, he tossed it into a pot of boiling water. The ginseng girl screamed inside the pot, but then the CEO suddenly felt a burning heat all over his body, as if he were being scorched by fire. The ginseng kept screaming non-stop. The CEO felt like someone was calling for help, but couldn't find where the voice came from. Just as the ginseng was about to be cooked, the CEO got an urgent phone call. Before leaving, he told his assistant to take the ginseng out of the pot, thinking she had escaped disaster. But as the CEO stepped out the door, he ran into his half-brother. The two had never gotten along, and another round of confrontation followed. Back at the office, someone handed the CEO a photo, claiming a camper had accidentally captured it. A girl wearing a pendant identical to the one he had given away, but the lighting was too dim.